everyone, welcome back to Creating Worship That Inspires, and this is week 4, and the first portion of week 4 has to do with connect, the purpose of connect, which means to inspire people to gather. If you connect to people, that means you're going to inspire them to gather together to do church, inspire people to gather. What is it that inspires people to gather? Why most people come, research shows, to church not because of revivals or campaigns or ads on TV or they just happen to walk by or Spirit World guided them. Most people come to church if a friend or relative invites them. To grow your church, therefore, you need to invite people to attend. You need to get more people to visit. How do you increase the number of visitors? Not by what you sometimes do, such as campaigns or revivals or competitions, rather by what you always do, creating worship that excites and uplifts and includes members and visitors. Then members will naturally invite people to come. Now we have to realize that people are looking for something. And what they're looking for is called community. And that's Middleburg's value number 5. People need community. I did a survey of our Barrytown residents, our neighbors, last summer, and I asked them what they would like to see in a local church. And everyone's first response was community, a place to build community. And I did a survey of our own church members within our congregation here, and I asked them, what is it that you value most about this family church? And they said, community. Interesting. We should notice that the most successful evangelism in America was called what? Creative Community Project. Successful churches provide community. They create community. And one way is they do things, they create gathering places, such as coffee shops. One reason for the success of Starbucks and thousands of independent coffee houses is that they provide space for community life. Sometimes it's been called a public living room. In a survey of Starbucks customers, they said things like the interviewees talked very little about the coffee itself, but quite a bit about feelings and atmosphere. They craved a sense of relaxation, warmth, and luxury, all within the safe coffee house social sphere. So I met a young man who was heading for Augusta, Georgia, to plant a church there. How? By holding Bible studies 6 nights of the week in coffee houses, coffee shops, and letting anybody in the coffee shop join the Bible study who felt like it, and then inviting those people who joined their little Bible studies to come to a Sunday service. That's the way he planted his church. You want people to come and you want them to stay. People usually stay when they feel loved. So the Sunday Satellite Service Manual says, guest services is probably the most important volunteer team of Love and Life Ministries. Why? Because we are serving our guests so that they want to come back. If you think about it, we're providing a service, a really amazing product that can allow them to inherit the true love of God. Of course, it's not just the human touch, it's the heavenly touch, but somehow they come together. And the manual goes on to say, while Sunday service is a time for current members to be uplifted each week, the service must also take the approach of a seeker service. We want to bring visitors. People usually listen to what you have to say when they are listened to. Father said, do you think you can be successful in witnessing by telling them to simply come and listen to the lectures? Rather, he said, it is better to grab onto their nose and tell jokes, becoming friends by being informal and casual. People want to feel that you care about them. The more natural and recognizable we are, the more they feel comfortable, the more they will sense that we care about them. We want to be recognizable as friends, family, and community that they've been looking for, so that they can relax. And when they relax, they can absorb things. So Father said he plans his service, or his sermon, when he sees the people. As soon as he sees someone, he says, he gets a sense of where that person is at, compares that person to himself, and realize, oh, when I was in that person's situation, here's how I felt, and my heart was like this. He said, it's like giving a sermon to yourself. So give a fun sermon, he said, comparing your experiences with that person's experiences to what's going on in the Bible, and when he hears his own experiences, he will like it. This is all in way of the spiritual leader. So we want to meet people who understand us. So the Joel Osteen sermon, if you listened to it last week, he talked about being upset when your family member doesn't put the cap on the toothpaste, or doesn't put their dirty socks in the laundry hamper. Everybody can relate to that. So every time now I see the cap off the toothpaste, I think of Joel Osteen. Okay, to share the message, we need to speak the visitor's language. We have to speak the same language. The lack of a common language prevents us from communicating our hearts and deepest values according to the divine principle. I want you to listen to a young preacher. His name is Elijah Waters. He's part of Generation Church, a campus ministry in Seattle. His sermons are a lot like Father's, earthy, honest, in your face, totally from the heart, and his following is in the thousands. And I learned about Generation Church, Elijah Waters Church, Generation Church, from one of our second gen. Check it out, and then go on to my second presentation.